for her question, Tom for his question, William for his, and Gaurav for yours, and your expert heckling I heard when I was sitting over there.
Thank you very much.
What I would like to say is that you've had clear, from me, you've had clear guidance as to where we stand as a party. We've spoken about the fact that musical accompaniment always welcome. We've told you that we want our troops to have the right equipment and that we need a proper exit strategy. We've heard from Sonia that she wants the troops out, but her party aren't actually saying that. On the question of the lost generation, we have said that we will oppose the increase in the fees that you have to pay. Sonia agrees with that, but her party doesn't. We've also said that we want to scrap Heathrow runway proposals. Sonia agrees with that, but her party doesn't. Can you get the feeling for a theme here? Either we have a Labour candidate who supports what the Labour really stand for, or we don't. And that's the point. The Conservatives have made it very clear today. We've come here, we've told us what you're going to get from your Conservative Party. I'm afraid Sonia has not told you what you're going to get from the Labour Party if you are unfortunate enough to vote for them. To sum up, and finally to sum up, all I would like to say is what Lee said. Please, please, if you have a vote, use it. Keep out the fascist BNP. Thank you.
You elect a candidate, that candidate goes and votes on your behalf for whatever policy it might be. They don't have to vote for their party's policy. There's no gun held to their head, is there? Unless you want a promotion. Guess what? Lee votes lockstep with the Tories. Who voted for war? Who voted for... Yeah, well, I don't agree with every Labour policy because I use my own mind. Perhaps he doesn't. You have many choices ahead of you. You're going to be affected by policy in some way or other. It's going to stalk you around. It's going to affect every part of your life. Get involved. Vote. Spread the word. Keep the BNP out of Woodbridge.
It's been excellent coming here today. And I thank you for your listening and what have you. My point as a Christian candidate is that we need change. We've had a form of government seesawing between Tories and Labour for a number of years, and we don't get into the sort of mess of having to release 80,000 prisoners early because society's working. Society isn't working. We need a new solution. And there's lots of issues like immigration, issues like the failure of the welfare state, that we need to address head on, and we're not doing it. There's nothing from these two parties to say what they're going to do new. It's the old tricks coming out of a holy bag, the bag full of holes. Let's try something new. It's your only opportunity because society is for you more than for me. Change it, and it won't change if you don't try.
Great woman. I like her certificate. Her son was my history teacher, and this is the reason why I chose to stand here. Okay? She died, she worked, she died and buried in Addis Ababa, and I want to work and die here, even give my dead body for research for St. George's Hospital. I have already done it already. Secondly, Sylvia Pancras have been working hard and died in Ethiopia, and I will work hard and I will die here. And I will give my body for research for St. George's Hospital. That's what I'm saying. That's the biggest gift one can give, okay? Secondly, to address Indra's and Genesis' question, I teach economics. The next election is about economics. The only party that can address well is Vince Cable, whichever party comes in. Vince Cable is the only economist, the only person who can speaks about the economy clearly. And if you vote for that party, you will have a smooth and a good recovery take-off. Finally, I want to say, if you want to do something want to live longer, as psychologists, as a medical student, let me advise you, okay, as my youngster brothers and sisters, always try to do something different. If you want to keep your sanity and your brain fresh and young. If you have planned to do something tonight, try to do something different. Next week, if you have tried to do something, try to do something different. Great thing, try to
A key issue that hasn't been touched on today is the fact that you are all intelligent enough to have stayed on at school, but you would have been allowed to leave school at 16. You could have got married at 16. You could have brought children legally into the world at 16. You could have joined the armed forces at 17. You could drive a car, a lethal weapon at 17. But you can't vote until you're 18. This seems completely crazy to us in the Greens. Apart from anything else in our electoral reform, we would bring the voting age down to 16.
They agree with that.
The other key thing, this is where I will be brutally honest, and thankfully the Green Party is not a whipped party, so I won't get thrown out for putting this forward, even if it's not actually Green policy. Because of our absurd first-past-the-post system that is so unfair. If you vote for me, your vote will probably, sadly, be wasted. And that is the same across the country, not just for the Greens, certainly for all small parties, but also for the big parties, depending on which constituency you're in. So many, many people's votes are wasted. And we would say we need a system of electoral reform and bring in proportional representation. And to that end, I would ask you to look at a website called Vote for a Change, voteforachange.co.uk. It tells you in every constituency who you can vote for to bring about a hung parliament, because a hung parliament is our best way of getting a more fair and just proportional representation. And I would finally say, everybody else went over, so let me listen. I would finally say, the parties surrounding me, you could hardly get a cigarette paper between their policies. We are radical and we are different, and we really would bring about change. So my message to you is, don't vote grey, vote green.
Wait.